Hey dear, and welcome to Growing Kentucky Roots. I am Nisi, and I am going to be doing my very first, oh that's loud, hear the big trucks on the highway. I'm going to be doing my very first garden tour here in northern Kentucky and share with you my little journey. I began gardening for myself about 3 years ago, and this is my second year here in this garden, and I've made lots of changes and getting really good results. Now last year we had a huge issue with groundhogs. It was massive, y'all. I ended up only getting some tomatoes, one melon, and they devoured the rest of my garden. So this year we took another route, and I'll share with you what we used here. Using this solar panel electric fence, and I'm telling you, I am so grateful that we are. I've had zero issues with those types of critters. Now this year I am having some issues with birds, but you know, I think I can remedy that, the issue with the birds. But as of right now, no more groundhogs, y'all, and I am super excited because it's looking great, and I've already been getting harvest. So come on along, learn with me, and maybe we can grow something together. Entryway, y'all. Now don't mind this. This is projects I'm getting ready to start working on that I brought up. So this is my entryway. I have two panels here. Now what I chose to use was a cheaper option. It is mesh concrete reinforcement panels. You get 8 feet panels for $6 and something. It was on sale, but still it's usually around that $6-7 at Menards, and I really think it's turned out well. So I used, instead of the notorious cattle panels, I decided to use these concrete reinforcement panels. You get an 8-foot panel. For these were $6.22 at the time. It was on a sale, but it's usually, you know, $6-7, and y'all, it's worked out great. I've used it throughout my garden, and so far no issues. So just a little cheaper option. Yes, I do have some rust, but to me that just adds to the patina here. I think it looks great. I love it, and that's what we've decided to go with. Now on this first panel here, we've had some issues here and here. These are from birds. They're pulling up my seedlings, so I'm going to remedy that today. But I do have good starts here and here. These are Golden Jenny. They are a type of cantaloupe. Looking good. This one's looking really healthy. The next ones are green flesh honeydew. I've got a really good start here. There is one over here, and then this one just recently really took off, so I'm going to have to get it trained up on here. But that is what's on this one. At the ends here I have just some deal on both sides. My lights fell down here. I've been figuring out where I want these. I have some rosemary on this end. Fell down over here too. And some oregano there. You will notice that I have herbs kind of sporadically throughout the garden. That's just the way I like to do it. And you'll notice some interplanting. And you guys will notice some mistakes. So, you know, I'm still learning, and I'm gonna keep learning, so we'll see how this goes. All right, on my next archway, on here I have Kiku chrysanthemum melon. Now if that's how you say that or not, I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm just a, you know, simple little girl, and some of those words that they name these, whew. All right, So here I have the Kiku chrysanthemum melon. These are like a white melon. I've read they taste like Greek yogurt. I've read that they taste like honeydew. I've read that they taste like cantaloupe. So we shall see. I already have babies on these. I'm going to come around and show you. Look at that. And there's another one. They are coming right along. So far, this has been my most vigorous as far as the amount of fruits on them so soon. So yes. On the next, I have my Kajari melon. As you see, those pesky little buds. Pesky little birds. Over here, I have my Kajari melon. It's a little slow starter, but those were supposed to be the other ones. Right now, I've got one Kajari melon start. I'm hoping that I can get some more started. If not, hopefully this one will just like blow me away. That is the one melon I did get to taste last year because the groundhogs got everything else. We're going to go to this. This is the one panel I had last year, and I did use the cattle panel for it. I added some netting in the back. I'm going to put me a chair right here so that I can just have me a nice little shady seating area as this grows. As you can tell, I have got cucumbers. On the sides, I've got Boston pickling, I believe it is. It's either Boston or, no, these are National pickling. On the sides, going up. And then on the back, I got silver slicers. Silver slicers. I do have, it looks like I'm going to be picking today, girls. I'm going to be picking and a grinning, and I'm going to be loving every minute of it. Now, I do have, if you notice, some spots. I did do some copper fungicide spray, and I may have to do it again or get out some BT. Here's my silver slicers. These stay more of a light green or white. These are just about ready. Also, may go ahead and pick them because I'm just super excited. These are supposed to last better through the heat and are burpless, not get bitter on you and all that. So that is why I've decided to grow these. In front of those, I do have some zinnias. In the front, some nasturtium that aren't doing all that great, but we're going to give that some time. Hopefully they will rebound because I have another spot where it took forever, but they rebounded and look great now. Over here, we had some issues again. I started a little patch of corn, and the birds were messing with it, so I netted it, but I think I was too late. They had done did their damage. So I think what we're going to do is pull all that up, do a quick cultivate, and we're going to try again. We're just going to have to try again. That's just all there is to it. Try again. All right, y'all. This is what I'm super excited about. Already been producing. It looks fantabulous. And I've already been shelling out squash and zucchini to the kids. Got some from the brother-in-law, and I think we're going to be able to get some more today. These are my straight neck squash. Let's see. Yeah, we've got some more down here. Look at that. Maybe pulling some of those today. But they look good and healthy. I did do a little bit of succession planting. I got some back there. They're smaller, but I'm telling you, they're already producing too. So me need to do a little bit more time in between my succession planting. But I've got other squash I want to grow too. So when these peter out, I'm going to be going to the next. These are gray zucchini. Look at those leaves, you guys. They are beautiful. Look how big those leaves are. These are huge and fabulous. I just picked a bunch yesterday, and there's some more down in there. There's another one. So we are looking great here, and I'm telling you, they look awesome, y'all. They look great. Over here, I just stuck these. I guess I should have started this by saying I do start majority of my plants by seed. And these here I spotted at a store, at a nursery, and I had to have them because it's Black Frontula. I've heard people talking about them, but I have not tried them. I didn't want to, you know, start a bunch of them and not know if I like them, so I bought 3. Here they are. We kind of tucked them in over here, and we're just going to see how they do. We got some bouquet deal right here. Let's look at these golden jennies, y'all. I'm thinking, oh my Lanta, looky there. We got babies. We got babies. How exciting is that? So exciting. Okay, so this next thing I'm going to show you is to show you that you can just about upcycle and make use of anything. I'm going to turn this around. This is some wire shelving that I had taken down in my closet. I just did some T-posts on each side, zip tied them together, and look, y'all, it is so pretty. I do have lights that I put up in here, and I'm hoping I have enough. I got some more. I'm hoping I have enough to do this arch too. If not, I'll order some more. But I will try to tuck in a little video of the night, what it looks like at night out here. It is so pretty. My goal is, with all this heat, I'm out here at 7:30 this morning, but with all this heat, my goal is to be able to come out of the evening and work away, because I am not the most friendly person in the mornings. So at the base of these, I have gherkins. So we'll see how those do. And then tucked me in some sunflowers. Over here, I have some corn. These look really good right here. I've been pretty happy. I got a little bit of a hillside, and you can tell that the water is running down, and there's more nutrition down on this end, so I may have to work on that. But I mean, it looks great. It's looking great until you get to this side of the patch, and I try to do a different variety, and I do try to space them so they don't cross-pollinate, but I don't worry about that too much with these. But the germination was not good, so we are going to have to weed this out and try again. Here is one of my other ideas. This is a panel from a dog kennel that was tore up, and I just added it there. I planted some Malabar spinach at the base, but as you can tell, these squash are kind of taking over. So we may have to either let that squash crawl up or retrain and try again. All right, here we have, on this side, is my Wathan butternut squash. We do have them starting to come up a little bit of everywhere, y'all. Look at this. They are just everywhere. Everywhere. Look good and healthy. I really didn't expect them to come this far out in the walkway. I'm going to have to, like, train them to go this way before they're into my peppers here. But they look great. And then over here, these are sweet dumpling squash. They don't look as vigorous, but that might just be their nature. But look, you guys, they are really producing this squash. I have not tried this one. This is one I got from, this is one I got from In My Gardener. And just so you know, majority of my seeds come from In My Gardener. If you want to support a small business, they are based out of Michigan. They are heirloom seeds, and they are some of the cheapest that I have found. $2 a pack on their seeds, and they have lots of sales. Like, I just placed another order of some stuff, and they're $1.50 a pack. You guys, you can't beat that. And for heirlooms, you can save the seeds, and, you know, hey, just keep growing. Keep growing. All right, I am going to flip this around over here. So as you can tell, my garden is not perfectly level. People think that your garden needs to be perfectly level. No, it doesn't. So up here on the steepest part, I decided to grow watermelon, which made my daughter very happy. And as you can see, they are really thriving. They look great. Oh, I do see a baby melon. Oh, Malanta. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. And I'm sure there's many, many more in here. These are black diamonds. And then I did get these others. There's one over here. It's kind of intermingled. These are orange glow watermelon. The inside flesh is, or the inside flesh, yes, is going to be like an orange color. And I just thought it sounded really neat. So I'm super excited to give that a try. Over here, this is the first year, just planted these. These are some blueberries. Don't know if that's where they're going to stay, but that's where they're at for now. Over here is potatoes. I always draw a blank on the variety. Starts with a K. Is what these are. I will try to add it in on the video. And then I've got Yukon Gold. And then on the end, these were some that I had sprouted of my own. They are a red potato. They didn't do as well, as you can see, but that's okay. Looks like these are getting ready to need to be harvested. As you can see, the Yukon Gold really look like they're starting to die out, which is your sign that it's time. So I will be pulling some of these real soon. Hopefully we'll get a good harvest. And then I've got more potatoes that I want to throw in, and we're going to just do another succession of them and see what we can get going. Over here we have peppers all through here. We have snack peppers, and I'm going to be honest, these snack peppers, y'all, are ones that I had I'd bought some at the store, really liked them, saved the seed, here we are. But I do think that some of these got labeled wrong, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. These are labeled as snack peppers. I don't believe these are snack peppers, y'all. I think these are my granddaughter's favorite, the jalapeno. Yep, those are the jalapenos. Okay. That explains why they didn't taste the same, right? Alright, so these are the Mulanto Island. These are a poblano pepper. I'm just chumping away. If you don't know what a jalapeno is, y'all, a jalapeno has the taste and the look of a jalapeno. Has no heat, not a heat. But they are delicious. And my granddaughter loves them. Look at these guys. Loaded. Now, the other ones, well, these are alright. There's one back there that looks a little, I may have to add some fertilizer. This one is called Sugar Rush Peach. And this one's got a little bit of a heat, but kind of like some citrus flavor in it. When it's ready, it's going to turn orange. But they are really coming out. I mean, you can look down here, see all the blooms and all the... They are looking great. Over here is what I thought was jalapenos. These are the snack peppers that I was telling you about. So we're going to have to... We just harvested some of these yesterday. Look at that. They are like a bell pepper, but smaller, a little bit different shape, but they are delicious. I really love bell peppers, but I have struggled getting like a big production of those, so I wanted some different varieties to try. Thought maybe the snack pepper would be more prolific. I go through peppers like crazy. I tend to throw them in almost everything I do. So, I go through them a lot. So, I'm hoping that I can get a really good production from these. Like I said, I'm still learning, figuring out what I need to grow, how much of it I need to grow, and all that. Okay, over here I have garden salsa. I've heard about these watching Millennial Gardener. He suggested these. Here we go. They are, as they suggest, great for salsa. Big. They get really big, different, and they will turn different colors. Over here is a Bounty. These are ones too I heard from him, from Millennial Gardener, and for some reason these are not looking that great. They are supposed to be a really large bell pepper. And over here is my nemesis. I never have luck with these, but we'll see. These are bell peppers, California Wonders. I do have some on there, but we'll see how big those get. Over here, another blueberry. Now these I'm super excited about, y'all. These are called Dragon Tongue Bush Beans, and I'm going to be harvesting these today. Look at these. Aren't those beautiful, you guys? The flowers are gorgeous. They've already stopped, or look like they've slowed down on the blooms because I need to pick. The more you pick, the more they'll produce, you guys. So I'm going to get out here and pick those as soon as I get done with this. And we'll be having some Dragon Tongue Bush Beans tonight. Now, the color sometimes freaks people out. My husband's the same way. Like, what the heck? Once you cook these, they turn green, which I find to be a bummer. He finds it to be reassuring. I don't know. Okay, back here, I also tucked in some cucumbers. Oh my God, look at that, you guys. Woo! Some cucumbers. I got the Suyo Long. Those I'm growing mainly for my pet pigs. And then over here I got the Boston, about my favorite. My family laughs at me because I am completely obsessed with tomatoes. I'm obsessed with trying different tomatoes. Until I started gardening myself, I didn't know there was so many varieties of tomatoes. Y'all, if you have not jumped into the world of tomato varieties, I love heirlooms. I do some hybrids. If you haven't really dove in and explored the different varieties of tomatoes, you are missing out. You are missing out. I never realized there were so many different flavors to different tomatoes, and oh, I'm obsessed. I love it, you guys. All right, this is my tomato area. Again, I used the 8-foot concrete reinforcement mesh. Now, I like it because it gives me more room to play around with the layout of my garden. I don't have a 16-foot long panel. I've got this 8-foot, and it's more versatile. The only thing I will say I would probably have done different is the T-post. When we went to get all the supplies, all they had was these 5-foot, and I wish I would have, went elsewhere and got a taller one. So I could raise this up more, but this will work just fine. It works great. So on this one is called Cherry Lane, is what I've decided to name this little row here, because it's all my cherries. I got Napa Chardonnay, which is our absolute favorite. They are freaking delicious. They're a little yellow cherry tomato with a thin skin that is so sweet, so delicious. Now, my mother-in-law, she's more traditional. She likes the classic small red tomato. So I did some super sweet 100s this year. And then I also did it was a rainbow mix. So I'm not sure if the ones I put in will be red, yellow, or orange. But I thought that would be fun too. Over here I got Amish paste. These will be great for my canning. I do a lot of preserving. Still learning that too. So any tips, tricks, recommendations you may have would be fantabulous, y'all. But these are my Amish paste. I do have another section of those, but I just want to show you. Look at that, y'all. They are really putting on a show. They are looking great. I just love it. Down here is some basil. This is the Aristotle. And then I have some onion. Now, so I do some companion or interplanting, planting, however you want to label it. It's a big debate, right? But the whole thought process of onions and basil within your tomatoes is to keep, big part of it is tomato hornworms, but other pests out. The basil and the onion are strong smelling. The insects don't tend to like that. Plus it disguises the smell of the tomatoes. And I will say, so far I have not seen any hornworms. Last year I did. So we shall see if that is going to pay off. So next we've got pink Berkeley tie-dye. We did grow these last year. They were pretty neat. Didn't get a lot because of the groundhogs again. But these will be kind of a reddish pink, streaked with a green streaks in it. Really pretty. They're looking pretty good. We got some big ones. We did get some really big ones of this last year, and hopefully that'll continue. I need to get out here and do some pruning again. And down here is a weed intermingled with some oregano. Not perfect, y'all. I was going to wait to do all this till the garden looked perfect. Now it's like, this is reality. So here we are. These are called brown sugar. These are new to me. These were a new release by Baker Creek this year. They're supposed to be, the brown sugar is supposed to be a dark tomato that's super, super sweet. I don't think they get real big. They're like a smaller slicer, almost saladette, I believe. But my thought upon that is, since I am not using all heirlooms this year to can, which I love to do because the flavor profiles, I thought that would be nice to throw in with the aromas and all that to add some extra sweetness, cut down on the sugar, and to really increase that flavor profile. So that's my thought on that one. Next we have Carbon. These are called Carbon. It's going to be another dark tomato, but I think these are supposed to be a little bit bigger, and it's showing me that they're going to be, these are really not a lot of foliage, but man, they are putting on some nice sized fruits already. They look great. I haven't grown these before. Got some oregano and onion in here, and I've got to get that cocoa core. I'll do that this evening. I just want to tell you, I was debating on what I wanted to mulch with. So I was watching a video and someone was talking about cocoa core and how it really helps build your soil, that sort of thing. And I thought, okay, that's what I want to try. I got some, put it on a couple of my tomato rows, and then within 3 days my plants looked healthier, my basil took off, and it just looked fabulous. So I went through, ordered more. I'm a little short, got to get these done, but so far they seem to really be loving the cocoa core. Over here, this is called a Big Rainbow, and y'all, I'm hoping they're just late bloomers. There's nothing big about these. I don't know what is going on, if they're just slow to the party or what, but we shall see. Big Rainbow, I believe was like an orange, got some pinks in it when you cut it open, just really pretty. But so far I'm unimpressed, but we'll see. And then it looks like something's eating my oregano. I have some variegated oregano, and I had to. we're going to have to remedy this issue, y'all. Not happy. I think it's the birds. I really do. They've been pulling up a lot of different things here. All right, my watering jug. These are called Delicious. Now, we grew these last year, and honestly, I think the seeds come from Walmart. But they were some of our very favorite. These are more of your classic red tomatoes that get just huge. They 2 pounds plus, just, oh, fabulous. And they are looking really good this year. I did interplant some lettuce on this row, and I did that to shade them so make the lettuce harvest last a little longer. See how that does. So far it's worked. We got some trying to bolt, but it works pretty good, I think. Over here is more of your traditional Bonnie Best. I'm sure most people have heard of those. It's really, like I said, on the other, it doesn't look like as much foliage, but it is finally starting to put on some fruit. So we'll see how that plays out. Not real sure. Again, I got my onions there in the back and my lettuce. All right, over here, this is called Paul Robeson. Now let me tell you about Paul Robeson. I watch a channel called Roots and Refuge. There is a beautiful sweet woman named Jess Sowards on there, and she's talked about the Paul Robeson and how delicious it is, and that she had a moment in the garden where she just had to sit down and savor every bite of this Paul Robeson. Last year I tried to grow them. I got one and it was a little bitty. I harvested it after a rain just because I was excited, and I didn't want the groundhog to get that one too. And I wasn't impressed, but it was very watery. So I'm hoping this year will be the time that I have my moment in the garden with a Paul Robeson. I'm hoping. They are looking really good. They look so much better than they did last year. So we will see. This is also the holy basil. This is the holy basil that really took off when I put that cocoa core in. I do have a recipe for a holy basil lemon tea that I am going to try to share with you all real soon. It is delicious. Look at these tomatoes, y'all. Now this one, I'm going to watch that one. I may end up pulling that one. It's got a little split issue. But it's looking pretty good, you guys. Pretty good. More holy basil. I got my onions in the back. Looking good. Looking good. I had to grow these, you guys. Kentucky beefsteak. I am in northern Kentucky. I seen these. I was like, girls, got to try that. I thought, too, since it's named after Kentucky, that it's probably was bred initially in Kentucky, which means it's going to be really good to our environment here. So I thought I'd give it a try. It is just now putting on some fruit. It's looking a lot better. That cocoa core seems to have done the trick too. So we shall see. The Kentucky beefsteak is a big orange slicer. So I'm excited for that. Over here, Better Boy Plus. Now, I'm sure most people are familiar with Better Boy. This is the Better Boy Plus, which means it's got a higher resistance to disease, pests, that sort of thing. So, this is a hybrid, but I thought it would be great just for those traditional tomato lovers. And if it produces a lot, to add into my sauces and all of that, juices. All right, over here. This one is called the Black Seaman. Do not say that too fast because it sounds ornery if you do. Nice and slow. Black Sea Man, all right? Aunt Ruby's German Green. Now, I had never tried either one of these. The Black Sea Man is a new release from Baker Creek this year. It is a really dark tomato and I love the taste of a dark tomato. If you haven't had one, you've got to try it. And then we got the Aunt Ruby's German Green, which I've never tried, but I've always wanted to. It ripes just as a green tomato, and they say it's delicious. And just so you know, you guys, to have fried green tomatoes, you don't have to have a green tomato variety. You can just take a nice slicer that's not quite ripe and fry up some fried green tomatoes. Delish. All right, over here. Now, this is going to be debatable how you say this too. I say Dr. Witchies. Why? Because it sounds cool. There's something about it being witchy. But some people say watches. This is going to be a yellow heirloom. They are looking really good. They supposed to get really big. Also, we do have some nice size ones in here already. I've not tried these, but they say they are really, really good, and they don't have as high acid, being that yellow, which I thought would be really nice. And then I've got my dark opal basil, which has been a little slow, but we're getting there. Over here, Abe Lincoln. We grew these last year, and by far our absolute favorite. They are a red tomato. I believe they were a little darker, but they were absolutely huge last year. I'm hoping we have the same results this year. Last year, the one that we really had that sticks in our mind, when we sliced it, it was so big. The one that I recall last year was so big, when we sliced it, it hung over the sides of the bread. And just the best, delicious flavor ever. It was so yummy. So, I'm super excited about Abe Lincoln, y'all. Okay, back here, I built this trellis with, this was like a, what do they call this? Like a deer fencing. It's like a plastic, so if you're not into that, it's all cool. But I needed another long trellis to do beans on. I tried to do different varieties, as you can see down here. They didn't really germinate real well. So I may have to restart some there. These are, I believe these are all Kentucky Wonders. Here I have the Blawhide. These are, I mean, look at these blooms, you guys. Look at them. Beautiful. Now, your pole beans take a little longer to start producing, but these will put on a dark purple bean. Again, these will turn, I'm trying to see if we have any coming on. These will turn green when you cook them, however, which was, again, kind of a bummer to me, because how pretty would that be? Here we go. We got some coming. These are super sweet. They are very delicious. I did get some of these last year. Here we go, you guys. I did get some of these last year, and oh man, I just didn't get enough because, again, we had groundhogs. These here are rattlesnake pole beans. Again, some beautiful, beautiful blooms. Let me show you these. These are kind of like those dragon tongues. Got those streaks in there. Haven't got to try these yet, so I'm super excited. It looks like we've got quite a few, so definitely going to be doing some grinning and a picking here shortly. On the very end, as you can tell, these are looking a little different. These are I'll have to see if I can find the variety, but these are like a yard long bean. We tried those last year. We didn't really care for them, but I tell you who did. I'll tell you right now who did care for them, and those were our pet pigs. They were obsessed. They loved them, so I'm growing a little patch for them, and I'll just keep succession planting those. And now this spot here is a spot that I'm going to have to replant. I had beets up through here and then radishes all through here, but I've harvested all those. I had some we made roasted beets and some roasted radishes. They were delish. Up here, these I got from Haas Tools. For some reason, the jalapenos that I tried to start just suddenly died. Don't know why. So I ordered these plugs from them. They're a little bit behind because I got them a little later, but they are starting to kind of come around, so we shall see. So this area here is one of the many failures for this year. I had weed fabric down here also, however, it kept holding water and everything just drowned. So it looks like the cabbage is going to be a big failure. I did start some lettuce and some Swiss chard. They're not doing great either, so we're going to have to reevaluate, figure this area out, pull all that out, and we'll have to go from there. See, there's failures. Over here was my strawberry patch. I did two varieties for this year. One was this, however you pronounce that, and the other one was Early Glow. It needs weeded. We did get some. These are all June bearing. I'm hoping next year maybe I can start some ever bearing and continue to let this expand out. Hopefully that will work. So that is my very first garden tour, and hopefully it's the first of many. If you guys enjoyed and want to grow together, just go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.